Slim in his bag, bro. Look.
I'm always in his bag.
Okay, I hate you. I ain't never heard Slim say he was handsome and like that. It's the first time I heard him saying that.
Oh,
I swear to God.
Slim be thinking Slim
never
think he a
said that
fine
before.
nigga, bro. Slim
Bro, I always been like that, bro.
Yeah.
What, fine, you saying? Or...
Yes.
I always been like that.
And then, yes.
That nigga
Yes,
retarded,
bro.
bro.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm always in his bag. Nah, I ain't gonna cap you down. I'm not as fine as I used to be as a kid. Like, when I was a kid, I was a solid 9.5. But now,
Back when you were slim?
I'm a solid 6.5. Yeah, when I was slim for real, I was 9.5. Then when I hit like 25 years old, I was like a solid 8.85. Now, I'm a solid 7 on a good day.
Okay.
Damn, so you ain't dropped below 7?
Nah. I'm still all right.
We all had a year where we was below 7.
I still got good skin. I still got good hair. I'm still 6'1".
We all had a
200
bad
pounds.
year. We all
You know
had
what
a
I'm
bad
saying?
year.
I'm
bro.
still all right. Nah, I don't drop below. I don't be smoking crack. None of that. I'm good.
All right, man. Mic check. Morning Masters Podcast. You're listening, of course. Across me, I got Handsome Ansem on that side.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that a lot.
Hey, yo, it's all good, man. I got the Sit Down with Slim podcast in the building, man. What's going on?
Nothing much,
this
bro.
bitch live and direct. You already know.
We just being professional because it's our second go round. We being professional this time.
I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. I was gonna let y'all rock out, but hey,
Nah, this the first one. This the first one we did.
Everybody know.
That was.
I've been talking about
this
it on
the first
my pod.
one. I don't know what he's talking about,
bro. We talked about it on the pod, bro. We should put that episode on Patreon though.
Hey, you can have it.
All right, yeah. I brought my computer too, just in case you said that.
I don't need an episode. You can,
all right, let me have it. I'm putting it on Patreon, and I'm clipping it out.
The audio is definitely wild. I listened back to it.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, it was some wild stuff. But it's all good, man. That was the past. You know what I'm saying? It's a new day.
We start new, man. We
It's
start
new day. New
We're
fresh
not
day.
cussing either. We're not cussing.
Yeah, we try to curse less as possible.
Yeah.
So I can put it on Facebook. You know.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So what y'all been up to, man? What's going on?
We just got done recording the pod and came over here, bro. You know, podcast and chill.
That's the lifestyle.
What you been up to, bro? Let me see if you give me a better answer than that.
Honestly, bro, just fucking. Oh, see, already. See, no, terrible answer.
Just put a beat right there when you say it, bro.
Terrible already, bro.
No, so when I say it's no cursing, like people curse on the podcast, we definitely curse, but just not a lot. And like I said, I listen to the pod.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 curses per 30 seconds.
I know, bro. It's so bad.
So I know if I say do it as least as possible, then we good to go. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm expecting y'all to curse every now and then. Yeah, I know that's gonna happen, but just not.
I ain't cussing.
The last one we did, I think in the first 2 minutes, you might have said, and it was you out there. You might have cursed. You might have said the S word about 5-6 times. And I was like, why are you repeating it for?
Man, can you please tell him I ain't say no.
Yo, what are you
super
doing?
crazy
Why are you doing this? What are you doing?
What? I can't do nothing.
Nah, it's not pissing me off.
I'm sweating, bro. You know I'm sweating. I'm big, bro. I'm big.
Nah, because he never do this stuff with his hair. He never do that. So like,
I gotta lift the hair up so I can wipe my sweat.
What is that?
Because I'm gonna wipe it with all the hair in my face.
You should have got you a napkin, man. It's just, I mean, if you gonna do that, that's fine. I'm not mad at it.
You just wear a do-rag and that shit, you know, it's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it.
He trying to be sexy, man.
I kept y'all down. I'm not fine, bro. I don't be caring about being
what?
Fine.
Really? No way.
Newsflash,
I'm not,
man.
bro. I don't care about being fine, bro.
Hey, breaking news. Breaking news. Nah. All right. So seriously though, on a real tip, so I want to talk to you about obviously the podcast, but I'm gonna start with you, Slim. So, walk me through, you know, not podcasting now, but when you first came into podcasting, because I see a huge transition with you. When you first started, you came in with someone, you know what I'm saying? Then you went solo for a long time, and then you kind of went back to the group podcasting, just not solo rather. So talk a little bit about, you know, when you first came in podcasting and what you thought you were gonna be doing versus what you're actually doing now.
Yeah, well, you know, podcasting was a little different back then. And I'm sure you know, like, the big podcasts I listened to back then, I listened to Tax Stone every once in a while, but I really was big on Joe Rogan. And he did, like, this interviewing style. Yeah, Tax Stone was that guy.
Definitely. God, dog.
I listen to Tax Stone every once in a while, but, you know, I don't like that gangster stuff, so I ain't want to hear it all the time. Mm-hmm. But Joe Rogan, I really liked his style of podcasting because I always thought, like, you know, and Tax Stone, I like his style also, because I always thought podcasting was like 2 people, maybe 3-4 people on a microphone and just kicking it, you know, just having everyday conversation type thing. But I wanted to get into the interviewing side, and the person that I had started the podcast with, I think we did a podcast and he didn't like the podcast, and I put it on our channel, and I said, okay, I'll just start another channel where I can put things that you don't agree with on that channel.
Got you.
So then that's why I started sit downs with Slim, and that was basically supposed to be me doing like interviews about the type things I wanted to talk about.
So is it safe to say that sit down with Slim really originated based on you wanting to have something separate from what you originally had started? And so you didn't want to actually go full throttle on your own like how you end up doing, but it was supposed to be like a B side to whatever you was doing on the A side.
100%.
Wow. Look how that worked out for you.
We had habitual offenders.
That's what it was called. Habitual offenders.
It was called habitual offenders. And I just wanted a platform where I could basically do what I wanted to do when he didn't agree with what we were doing, and it was going to work out like that. And just so happened, we kind of got into a disagreement. It wasn't an argument. Well, it was an argument. But we got into a little disagreement.
We keep on hand on hand, so just say it was an argument. It's calm. It's just disrespectful.
No, because I'm trying to remember it because that was like 4 years ago.
It was your fault though, right?
100%.
Always.
Nah, I ain't gonna cap you down 100%. I can tell you what the argument was about.
Well, I listened to the podcast. Yeah, I talked about it before.
Yeah,
I talked about it in the podcast. So I know it was your fault. Yeah.
I got into a debate with his homeboy, and his homeboy said, you like Scottie Pippen, and he like Michael Jordan. Like you just the nerd IT side of it, and he the one that's gonna bring the people in, and I didn't like that. So I started running my mouth, and I said some things I shouldn't have said that I'm not gonna say on here.
Do you think you got inner Michael Jordan problems?
Nah, but you know what's crazy?
I feel like you took that personal.
I did. I took it super personal.
Well, I can tell because sit down with Slim on a hell of a run.
Is a hell of a thing,
you
bro.
See what I'm saying? Sit down with Slim on a hell of a run.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
You
That
took
was
that
because
personal.
what he said. Because I was gonna do my thing anyway. Because once I start something, I don't quit. But yeah, I did take it kind of personal, dog. Like the first time I started, I went out my way. I went out my way to like do some episodes that was crazy because I was just like, bruh, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah,
and it's crazy you saying that because Big King texted me today and was like, "Hey, bro, why you a control freak?" I ain't a control freak though. But it's just like because I can work with people. I work well with people. But
we work together.
That statement was crazy.
We work together, and I think that me and you we got a good understanding of who's who needs to lead in certain situations. Like Slim is you quick to be like, no, it's the man gonna do that, and vice versa. So we got that understanding. So I don't see that. I don't see the control freak. Honestly, I think the opposite. Honestly, I feel like you should control more. If you ask me, like from my side looking in, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to your podcast and stuff, we get into a little while. So I don't know. Like, what Big King, speak a little bit. What you mean by the control freak? Like break that down.
I think he was being funny, but there's some truth behind it though.
Man, Slim likes to drive the boat, man. But the thing is, he don't like to lead by like fucking. He do. All right, pause. I guess.
But he don't like to lead. You said
he don't like to drive, bruh. He does like to lead, but he don't like to lead like you would think of a traditional like drill sergeant ass leader. Like he likes to lead like he likes to set things in place and then watch that come together like an art piece or something. It's not like
he just say it, but he not really like leading y'all.
Yeah, he's not gonna be like you can't do this and you can't do that. He's just gonna be like, hey man, we gonna try this. You know what I'm saying? And like it'll be some like you know what I'm saying?
Slim sound like a shitty person, bro.
That's what he doing. He doing a good job at it.
I ain't gonna lie, nah, but I'm dead. That's what it be like. That's what it is.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you, bro, and I said this the last part we did. I'm gonna repeat it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm gonna write 10 things about Slim doing this podcast. The first one is he's a horrible leader. Got you.
All right, so it's different ways to be a leader. And what's crazy is Big King is one of the people that had taught me that. So like my style of leading would kind of be like how your dad would like try to encourage you. And it's not always the best. Like you'll go 9 from 10 from free throws and your dad will make you shoot 1,000 free throws that night. And tell you every time you miss one, you got to do suicides for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's what your dad would do. But your mom, she'll kind of embrace you and be like, it's all right, you'll get him next time. And that's the kind of leader that he is. So like, I don't know. Both work though.
Call me.
It just depends.
How you see it?
Yeah, that was a nice little haymaker back.
Bruh,
I like
that. He just knocked me out.
That was not me trying to call a man a woman. Because they say I do that all the time.
Well,
and I do. I ain't gonna cap. I do.
Just now.
But I wasn't doing it just then. I swear I wasn't doing it then.
It's all right. I'm good.
So you lead like a mom and you lead like a dad.
Yeah. Like seriously. Like he's more embracing. He's more getting people comfortable. and things like that. And that's not something I'm good at. But
And I've been told that on several occasions though. But the weird thing is I don't do my son like that. Like I don't do my kids.
Oh yeah, he do his son
like
Joe Jackson.
In my household, it's not like that. It's weird. It's completely different. But like when I'm with like people and I'm like managing or like I'm working with people.
What do you mean you say Joe Jackson? What do you mean you say Joe Jackson?
Like Joe Jackson, like he's real stern.
You
He's
gonna
straight
hit that
to the
step.
point. He's not trying to be his friend.
Yeah.
He is the American 1979 dad.
You're gonna do the spin with the splits perfectly.
Yeah.
If
and
you don't
gonna
hit
stay
it
here
perfect
all night
until you hit that perfect.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the type of dad I am. I do that. My son in soccer right now, and it's crazy out there.
I bet.
Yeah,
But you out there.
yeah. I ain't gonna
Joe
lie.
Jackson was crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. I was yelling the whole game the other day, bro.
They told me he was in his bag.
Yeah, I was yelling the whole game, and then I looked around, and all the white folks were just looking at me. I was like, damn. But I was just yelling. I wasn't saying nothing crazy. Like I was just like,
why would you be yelling at a soccer game?
cause, bro, you want to win. You want to teach your kid to win. You want to teach your kid to
Well,
like.
Man, ask my oldest son is.
How old your son is, man? How old is he?
He about to be 7. He's 6 right now.
You gotta relax, bro. Like this hold on time up. You gotta scale back a little
You
bit.
think that's what everybody else thinking?
Definitely.
See, that's y'all. Nah, see, y'all ain't trying
That's
to.
what I be thinking.
Y'all ain't trying to breed champions, bro. I'm trying to breed champions.
Oh yeah, you definitely Joe Jackson.
Yeah,
I told you.
I'm trying to breed champions, bro.
Ain't nothing wrong with that though. We need more dads like that, bro, because a lot of dads be acting like they son's mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's the generation we have now. And a lot of them be wanting to be teachers and they want to raise your sons
Yeah.
like how they would raise their sons.
Let's get back to the podcast and stuff, right? All right, so because I'm trying to protect people.
Yeah.
I could tell when somebody get in his bag.
Yeah.
It's his mannerisms and everything. You can see in his head like he got some shit cooking
The
up.
wheels start
Like,
turning. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I love me a good take.
Look at him, see? Like, nah. Let's bring
take.
it back. Let's bring it back. All right, so
And I love calling a man a woman.
let's talk about your run though, because when I met you, you hadn't even started your run yet. You was kind of in the beginning stages of everything you was doing. But one thing I was admiring and I liked was that he wasn't afraid to try different stuff that people weren't doing.
Yeah.
The camera stuff, like you got really good at the camera, but at first it was just regular camera stuff. Like it looked super regular, and I don't know what it was. Yeah, you was, but that's also a good thing. He had 2 phones. Like he had, and one he just used. He put on FMO. He recorded the whole thing with the phone, and I don't know how he did it, but he cooked it up to where he put clips and stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
He was ahead of his time at the time because that wasn't even a real thing at the time. Like to put clips and podcasts out,
Yeah.
only the big podcasts were doing that at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Your Joe Rogans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Joe Budden podcast even doing that time. At the time, they weren't doing that. They was just they put videos out, but it'd be the whole thing.
Yeah,
they weren't clipping it up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is so odd now because you don't even do it no more. Like what happened? Like why'd you get lazy?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Instagram made me like that because I'm real big on Instagram.
You was going crazy at one point,
I
bro.
felt Instagram was the platform. And it's crazy because I had clips on Facebook that I had one clip that did like 200,000 views. Like seriously, I had a clip that did 200,000 views and I had another clip that did like 60,000 views and another clip that probably did like 20,000 views. And I just gave up on Facebook because I was like, man, this Facebook just ain't where it at. Like the audience you get from Facebook, which was stupid of me because you can get a lot of local audience from Facebook, but I wasn't looking for local audience.
But
like, I can tell you, bro, when I first started podcasting, that's why I don't know if you noticed, my first episode was with Blue. But after that, I started getting artists that was from like different cities because I was thinking like, if I attack a whole bunch of people in this city and put them out, then now I'm going to be the local podcaster. But if I get other people in different cities, I have audiences that's everywhere. And then if I title my videos right on YouTube, then I'll have this like global platform. But it doesn't work like that all the time.
How silly you were.
I wouldn't call it silly, bro.
Nah, but you only because you thought rappers was going to get the job done for you.
Oh, yeah. Correct.
Now, if you had just did different people in different cities, I think that'd been amazing. But rappers, I don't know.
Well, you just got to think about my influences, though. So
I'm
like heavy on hip hop. So I was thinking like that until like, I also was in my late 20s when I started it.
The people that you did get on are talented, though. I'm gonna say that they all of them were talented and are talented. It's just one of them things that I don't know if they garnish enough attention to make an impact for you. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
When you first started, you're just trying to get people that have a following because at the time you have no following.
Why you say that? You shouldn't have said that, man. Because
Oh, it's true.
So many artists feel like, and me and Slim have this talk a lot. And I hope nobody listen to this because they gonna, you said that, now they gonna feel good. Because people be thinking that they the ones got our audience
He texted
up.
me about that today. Yeah.
And that really pisses me off because I'm like, bro, do you see what I'm putting out versus what you putting out? No disrespect to nobody, but like, you putting out a 2-minute song. I'm not saying social media is everything. I'm just gonna say the stats. You put out a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
It got 1 like, maybe a share. Your auntie said, "Go baby," right?
Yeah.
I put out a 90-minute interview with a nobody knows in person. Got comments, shares, all this stuff. Don't ever say that you are the reason why I'm where I'm at. It's not even equal.
But man, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Maybe it's a give and a take to it though.
It is. And I'm gonna tell you, like, your situation different from my situation. Cause you started podcasting. You basically like a grandfather podcaster now.
I'm an old man, yeah.
Yeah. I'm basically like I'm still in LeBron trying to beat the Pistons to get to the finals. I'm at that stage. You LeBron now with the bald head.
Well,
you know
I am balding up top.
I was just using the analogy, bro. But yeah, so like early on when I started out, and I think I said this on the pod before, bro, I had a little over actually I had 180 something followers on Instagram because I used to record Damo doing crazy stuff.
That was it?
I had 180. That was
kind of lame.
Yeah, and like
you only had 180 followers.
Yeah,
that nigga was lame as hell when you first.
I was, bro. I used to jive on my friends that was active on social media.
You know what?
Because I thought social media was lame.
Is that why you? That's probably why you be saying and doing stuff that you probably be like, I shouldn't did that because you so used to just doing whatever and nobody catching it that now you got all these eyes on you and it's like, hey, you can't do that, bro. You gotta.
Yeah, and it happened so fast too, bro. Like 180 followers, and I think after the first year of podcasting, now I'm almost at like 1,000. So I done got like 8 times as many followers, and then this is genuine followers. This ain't like ain't no bots, ain't no bots, ain't no people that's not tuning in. These are people that's tuning in, watching you, like genuine followers. So then now I'm like, whoa, this is weird. I ain't never
and that's because of rappers for you.
Nah, I don't think it was strictly because of rappers. I think it was because me working my move. And then, but originally getting on there, I think it was like a rap thing because it's like you have like 3 people on with a following, and then like they come there for that and they looking for the next interview. But quickly they found out it wasn't gonna be no rap show.
We joked about it a lot, but I guess it's safe to say that in your beginning stages you could have been considered the rap pod. I think so.
I was gonna ask you too, man. What like if you had to goddamn put it in a genre, what would you put it in? He
would have been a hip hop pod at first, at first. And I only said that because of what me and him weren't as cool at the time. Yeah. We just talked to each other here and there. Yeah. About and pushing each other. Like sometimes he'll text me and be like, "Yo, you messed me up today, man. You put a pod out." I'm like, "Damn, somebody watching me. Go ahead, do that." Yeah. And we talk here and there. But I often watch his pod because he had artists on that I didn't know. I don't know nobody from Columbia kind of like that. So when he had them artists on, I'm like, let me check them out. And they could rap. Like I'm a realist. I'm gonna tell you if they can rap. They were talented. I'm like, damn, they got that out there. Cool. He going to out the state, South Carolina, going to Atlanta. The dude Jam you had on. Like I'm only naming him because he's a really good artist. But everybody's not naming. But like, everybody else, he had on. I'm like, damn, this is good product. Now he did have his one also he did that wasn't hip hop.
Now listen, I'm gonna tell
like women on there, you know what I'm saying?
Because I went to it. Now I didn't put the interview out in like my counter, quote unquote, but like the ones that are counted is Blue and V Class, Red Lee, who's a rapper, so that's one. Big King again, Blue again, Stan, Akeem, he's an engineer, Big King and Mel, and then you. That's the first 10. So I only had one.
Well, you gotta think. I'm saying when I like was really in tune to.
But I did have a run with rappers. Yeah, though, so you're right. Yeah,
but you did. But you also always did other stuff. Now, it wasn't just podcasting. So it might not have been a pod, but you might have put out something else. Like you always had like some content coming out. So yeah. I mean, I just asked that, but you quickly shift because then you started getting into your politics bag. You bringing the homies on, y'all, and like, you got some athlete intellectual friends, a few of them, not a lot, but a few of them, and him and there's one more, so it's like half, Like,
it depends on which one you
that ain't half; it was just 2.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like 30 of us.
Oh, intellectual?
No.
Oh yeah,
I'm saying if you saying that it's 2.
Yeah, I seen
then
all
that
your
means
friends.
it's
I
not
know all your
half.
friends. It's a few intellectual on me, like, you know. Even ones that are rappers, some of them are intellectual, but you always have them on a rap tip anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For rap topics. So I'm thinking about you had me on one time with Quay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a hip hop pod, but it was all hip hop based because of his hip hop background. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So where it's not a hip hop pod, it kind of is at the same time.
Yeah.
And Quay
That's
the person
all.
I talk to about hip hop all the time.
There we go.
So it makes sense.
So that's all I was saying, and I think, but you couldn't make that shift. And I don't like what went into that shift of you, because you had a run of politics too. You had a run of. I thought he was gonna be a politic podcast.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it a
We had one in here with all political topics,
Yeah.
gun laws. Me and what's the heavyset dude name? I beat in basketball. What's his name? Bald head, got married.
Kel.
Kel, yeah, him.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So when I first started the podcast thing, I really didn't want to do too many interviews, but I wanted to do interviews to grow my platform, and I wasn't gonna do interviews real heavy like that until I met you. And I was like, this interview thing kind of cool, so I'm gonna kind of try to get into that. But I never just wanted to like interview a whole bunch of rappers, but that's what I was interested in at the time.
And a lot of those are your friends as well, right? Like y'all, not friends, but like y'all hang and talk.
People that I knew,
Yeah.
like along the lines like Kid Heartbreak. I worked with him at Sonic when I was like 16 years
Yeah,
old.
people you had quick access to.
Yeah.
So
So that's why I did it like that. But I always was in the bag that I'm in now. Like I feel, and I still feel like a lot of black people in our age group don't talk about politics as much as they should. So I wanted to have a podcast where we could just talk about the everyday thing.
Mhm.
And I was doing that along the times I was still doing the interviews.
Yeah, because
But I was interested in rap.
even your interviews weren't all interview based. It was more conversational sometimes. Like you'll have a rapper on or somebody on whatever, and you interviewing them, but then it turned into a conversation.
Oh yeah, because
you know
I just wanted to have regular conversations, but with people that rap. That's how I attacked it.
And then you started doing videos also like and I know I do. I think I loud and stuff, but you would do like little mini videos of just talking to the camera.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, the one that's most memorable to me is two. So one is when I knew you had the camera game down packed, and you did like you were dancing to Mr. Lover Lover or something like that, right? Mr. Lover Lover.
I think I remember that shit.
Yeah, it was on Instagram.
The dating one-on-one.
Dating one-on-one.
Yeah.
Which is crazy now. Think about it. They be taking, but it's all good. Dating one-on-one, right?
That's probably one of my best pods, audio. Like audio wise,
Yeah.
a lot of women tune into it too because it's not a secret. 11% of my audience is women. But that pod, like over 50% was women.
Women love dating skills. They dating tips for some reason. No matter who's saying it.
And I didn't have no tips on there.
But I know. I watched. It was funny to me. I liked it. I thought like, damn, he got like you had a personality. That was my first time seeing like, okay, he do this, he do that, he'll do that.
It was strictly meant to be funny though, because I don't date, so it was just meant to be funny.
I just want to make it awkward. That was all. But
What? Oh, that was weird. My bad.
Nah. I mean,
I don't date.
I mean, you in your bag. You in your bag.
It's the truth.
You in your bag. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Bro, find me 3 women I took on a date.
Bro, what's wrong with you? Why
just
are you
keeping it
trying to
a
make yourself seem like a bad guy?
bro.
I'm just saying, I don't date.
He think dating soft and shit. He like,
Nah,
I know, right?
I ain't never
I
took
don't think
no
there's
girl
nothing
on no
wrong with
date.
dating.
I'm a dad, okay? I'm a dad leader. I don't take girls on dates. Chill out, bro.
Bro, I'm not saying that. I'm not in my toxic masculinity bag.
Oh, thank God.
I'm just telling the truth.
But and then the second one, damn, what was I saying? That podcast was really good. There was another one you did. The Snoop, when you were like, that top 5 list was horrible. That was trash.
I forgot about that.
And I was like, oh yeah, this he one of them. What's the saying? One of them ones? I was like, oh, he was one of them ones because I had the interview with Snoop, so it's almost like
what you was coming on.
So it's a guy named it's a producer named Ayo Snoop, and he put out a list. He had a project coming out. He put a list out to promote the project. At the time, we didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it was like a top 20 list, whatever.
Yeah.
It pissed a lot of people off because obviously they're not on there, right?
That was top 10. That was top in the city, right?
Yeah.
And he was saying when you sitting there right now, me and him did an interview at the time.
Yeah.
This goes back to how much I didn't know of Slim, like as far as chem work. I don't care how you feel about it. I had somebody else recorded that I knew.
Yeah.
I had my record that I knew, okay?
Yeah.
I got it back about 2 weeks later. But regardless of the fact, all right, so the audio came out and then Slim did a video to that interview. So like it just worked out. Like bounced off each other a lot. And his video was like did really good on Instagram. And then that had Snoop come to the podcast, right? If I'm mistaken.
We had a conversation.
Yeah. So yeah, man. But then like
shout out to Snoop though, because I ain't even know him. I just thought the list was trash. Like it wasn't even really just about him. I just was like, bro, like, so now that I do camera work and I made a list, I'm gonna make a list with all my favorite clients. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of disingenuous to hip hop.
Right.
That's out somewhere?
What, the list?
No, like the podcast you did.
Yeah. It's still on my YouTube.
Okay.
Bro, everything I ever had on my YouTube is still on my YouTube, no matter how I feel about it. Like, it's crazy. My favorite video I did by myself was the one I did about legalizing prostitution. And it was probably the third video I put out. And we just did a pod about legalizing prostitution.
He always been
No. Listen, though. We just did a pod about legalizing, we talked about legalizing prostitution. And my thoughts have changed now.
Do tell me.
I don't think prostitution should be legalized in America now. I changed my mind.
Why not?
Because I don't think we ready, bro. We just go crazy over way too much stuff. And like prostitution can be legal, but it has to be certain stipulations. It can't be a brothel. We can't have none of that type stuff because we too out in the open with this, bro. And it got to be something that's like kind of like some underground type of stuff.
Underground prostitution.
Yeah, bro. It got to be like, because
so
America.
Keep it the same it is.
Yeah,
keep it the same.
Somebody gonna come take you underground and you just go get some.
Nah, by sex. Underground I just mean like you know stuff you do in the secret, in the secret, not have like red light districts,
like prostitution. It's secretive. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Nah, bro. I'm talking about how prostitution is legal in countries where it's legal, like Amsterdam.
Oh,
we can't have that.
Okay. That makes sense.
We're not ready for that.
What you think? You ready for that here?
No, it's gonna be like McDonald's. Like people gonna be wrapped around the corner.
Yeah, everybody gonna be hanging out. It's gonna be a long line.
Yeah,
we ain't got time for that.
It's gonna be nasty. Dudes gonna be hanging on the brothel all day.
Yeah.
It's just that's a gross
productivity
situation.
Gonna be low.
Yeah,
it's the productivity.
Yo, and divorce rate gonna go up to.
And honestly, with the percent of girls out here doing OnlyFans now, like think about how many women out here.
It's gonna be a lot of employees. At these
it would just mess America up.
I'm just curious to see like with OnlyFans and stuff like who would stand in line. We could just go subscribe and buy it on somebody's Snapchat and stuff now.
No, we talking about real life,
be physical though,
real life.
But I mean, people do that. I be seeing people's stories saying I'm in Augusta meet up. I'm pretty sure they, like girls.
You think so?
Girls be traveling and selling their bodies.
Some probably do.
That's also unsafe as hell.
Yeah, that really.
I mean, the whole thing is unsafe. Really, if you think about it, like every aspect of what we talking about is unsafe.
Nah. Control prostitution.
When they get to the point
would
where
actually be safer than it is now.
If you just popping it online, that's all right. Whatever.
Describe control prostitution to me real quick.
Like if you have laws, because we already have countries that do this, and it's a proven fact that in those countries that the crime rate is lower, and it's it's because like. The crazy people that's out there, it's easier for them to get ass now. So they just go into the brothels. And then also the percentage of people that get incarcerated from pimping and prostitution, you already eliminated that. So crime rate is lower in these countries where prostitution is legal. Don't get me in that bag though.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, bro.
And I ain't gonna lie though.
These are just the facts.
No, but,
this ain't even
but Slim, you got to think about it. We have a high rate of involuntary celibates.
Yeah, and we can fix that also.
Who also be shooting stuff up. These mass shootings be dudes who can't get no ass.
Yeah, that's a big problem too. Nobody talks about, bro.
You can solve that.
It's a lot of guys not getting no ass, bro, and they going crazy.
Yeah, and they be messing everything up for everybody else. You better concert.
Man, just looking at us like these niggas is crazy.
No, I like that.
I'm sorry, this is the type of stuff we like to talk about on the pod.
The thing is just though, like when I invite the guests on, like, I want them to be them because. Especially y'all are another art platform. So anybody listening somebody may like what they're hearing, and now they're gonna instantly want to go over there and listen to y'all.
But I just
they get more raw cut over there anyway. So I want y'all to be y'all. Yeah,
I just told Big Keen on the pod we just did before we got here that like I feel like sometimes we talk about things that men talk about all the time, but it's just like not socially acceptable. So people, the general public, aren't used to hearing it.
Yeah,
I can see that, and it's sometimes the way I go about it. Obviously, I throw the B word around a lot, so it's not like,
which is not a big deal.
Bro, that's the craziest thing because I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta stop saying that though. I do.
You say that, yo.
I say it a lot.
Slim along too. No, because Slim been saying I'm gonna stop saying that since I met him.
Tell him how many times I used the B word on this pod we just did.
7.
I don't think we used it at all.
I didn't use it one time.
We were good.
I'm proud of y'all.
We actually were good.
I've
We're
been-
getting better, bro.
I've been slowing down on it. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't been referring to nobody girlfriends as the
Nah.
B word, nothing, bro. Like, I've been slowing down only because I'm maturing a little bit, and I know that I always have a positive message. Yeah, I always have a positive message to say, bro, and it kind of gets diluted by me using the B word because for some reason, a lot of women, that's all they can hear. But that's mainly because, you know, women is more in tune with their emotions than they are with logic. So, like, the B word just throws them off. And it's like, oh, yeah, he's stupid. Forget anything he said because he used the B word.
Yeah, I would never call you stupid for that reason. I will say that it's possible that, like, I know a lot of times it's hard to, some message you'll get the message based on emotion first.
Yeah, correct.
So you'll see a video and, like, everything matters. Like, the music coming on cue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or the how you hear in the background, the sadness of the video, the slow motion, all that stuff is emotion, right? And then you get that message a little better too. So yeah, some of it is like, of course, it's like they don't like using the B word, so it's hard to receive the message, and they can't look past it, of course. So it's easy to be like, oh, he's stupid, let write it off, whatever. So
I'm cool with that though. Like, it's not a big deal. If you don't want to listen to me because of that, it's whatever.
I mean, at this point, I think it is what it is. You know, I think that if you was trying to get more women, if you was trying to get more women fan base, then I would say then stop. But I don't think that's the goal of yours.
No. I mean, I do, but like, your fan base just gonna be your fan base. So like, if it's somebody that don't want to listen to you because of something, like I said, I'm trying to slow down on it a little bit, but I'm not about to sit here and promise you I'm not gonna say it again. I probably am gonna say it again, but when I say it, there's no malicious intent behind it.
Yeah, just a B word, right? No big deal.
Yeah, you probably joking, but I'm dead ass.
Nah, I'm always joking.
I'm dead ass though. Like,
oh, so I know we got on tangents. I want to get back to it. So let's just get into like you going from doing your own thing. You had like I said, you had a run just on your own, just kind of killing stuff. You know what I'm saying? From an interview, from guests to solo videos to going out shooting like performances, all that stuff. You did a bunch of stuff. In addition to the podcasting that kind of put you on the forefront of a lot of stuff, you know what I'm saying? You a name, everybody knows, Sit Down with Slim. What went into you saying, you know what, okay, I'm gonna take a step back. I'm not saying you took a step backwards though, but take a step back from the forefront because you was in every video. You was in all the videos with the guests.
mm-hmm.
You taking a step back and then you say, okay, I'm gonna invite I think at the time you had a different guest on at the time that was a recurring guest on your show, of course. But then you brought him back on. It was just y'all two before Big King came on. So what into that?
So basically, dog, I had to run where I was doing all the interviews, and I kind of like just had a weird anxiety attack where like I just didn't want to do interviews no more. And I was like, this interview thing getting kind of old for me. I want to try something new and see, you know, the same thing you just said, where like you have somebody on and then you get X amount of views and they be like, look, I got your podcast popping. I was like, this is kind of annoying. So like, and you know, sometimes it gets difficult working with people. So I really just wanted to have a show, bro. I wanted to build chemistry with somebody and just have the same person on every time and really focus on creating good content. Because I felt like at one point I was way too focused on, oh, how many followers this person got or how many views I think I can get if I bring this person on. And it's just too much involved with that when I really need to be focused on, can I create some good content? So that's why I felt like me and Blue had good chemistry. So I brung him on, and I'm just going to be completely honest. This ain't no shade towards Blue. We had, and I looked at it yesterday, we had 10 of the most horrible episodes I ever seen in my life.
Yo, Big King is funny. He looked at me before you laugh to see if I'm gonna laugh.
Bro, I'm dead serious. Like,
I gotta see what the etiquette at. I'm like, shit.
Bro, oh no, I'm keeping it a buck. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, and Blue know they was bad.
I told him after we got done. I'm gonna tell you this. On camera Blue and off camera Blue are two different people.
Oh, two totally different people.
Yeah.
If I can get off camera Blue on camera, bro, we would have went viral and blew up. Like some of the takes that he has and some of the things that he go through in life would have got us viral.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How much of that problem that you think that you had, like getting off camera versus getting on camera blue, you think you created?
100%.
All of it.
Bruh, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I know who I am. Sometimes I can be an asshole, bruh. Like, I will go to the furthest extent to get a laugh, and nobody has to laugh but me. I'm just keeping it a buck. Everybody in the room can be quiet, but as long as it's funny to me, that makes my day, and I can go on with my day. Not knowing how much it hurt the other person and how he's in the house by himself, slapping himself in the face, angry off of that joke I cracked 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So I messed it up with that. I shouldn't have been doing stuff like that, thinking everything is funny, because, you know, something that's not a big deal to me is a big deal to others.
Why you thought? I'm only saying thought. I don't know. I'm not saying I don't have no say so none of that. Why you thought the chemistry between you and Blue was so well to that you needed to say, you know what, this is who I'm gonna start with. I'm gonna start off with this. Like, that's a big risk. Like I said, I'm gonna just be honest with you.
That's a big risk.
Just be, no, I'm saying, not because of Blue.
Yeah.
Not because of that guy. It's more so because of where just me.
Where I was at
where
in the podcast?
where I thought you was at in podcasting.
Yeah.
You know, because it's a bunch of local stuff don't matter. I know it don't matter to a lot of us, right? But there is a hierarchy in within this 60, 70 mile radius or whatever the case may be. And there's certain people, when you say podcast or when you say this, you're gonna bring up. Like, when you say photography, you know you're gonna bring up the first 3 people you're gonna bring up. When you say rappers, you're gonna bring up these 3 people. When you say for podcasts, you're gonna bring up these 3 people, whatever. He's in there. He's there. Whether you think he 1, 2, or 3, he's there.
Yeah.
So that's a big risk to be like, you know what? Hey, let me ask somebody that I think I got good chemistry with and do 10 episodes. That's 10 weeks. That's 10 weeks is how many months? Damn near.
That's 2.5 months.
That's
bro.
crazy. That's a whole summer.
Bro, but
And he started in the summer, right? Like February, something like that, right?
Yeah, bro.
You out of pocket, bro.
This is my mind frame behind it, though. I felt like, man, I can do this with anybody. I was way too cocky with that too. I can do this with anybody.
And
like I said, I thought we had already had the chemistry, and we did have chemistry, but it's situational based, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody's not comfortable on camera. Like, do I need to elaborate on that?
No, I know that for a fact.
Like some people, this doing this right here makes them so uncomfortable that they either have to drink, use drugs, hype themselves up, just do whatever they have to do to be able to sit down and be comfortable on camera. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not one of them type people. Like, I wake up early in the morning and just record just straight off the dome.
Right.
But like, not everybody can do that. And then on top of that, when you make somebody mad, they early in the day, they bring that on camera. So they're not only are they mad, they're in defense mode. They're like, oh, you said this earlier today. I know you're gonna say this on the pod, so I gotta be ready for this. And it's like, bro, I cracked that joke 30 days ago. Like, I'm good. It's over with.
So I guess, and now it's more of these questions are going to be you answering as well now too.
Yeah.
I wanted to go in order. So that happens. Those are 10 episodes of just, you know, whatever. And I remember talking to you during this time, and we would talk week in, week out. You would tell me your frustrations or things that you feel like you can change, and I'm giving you what I think you should change, whatever case may be. And going from there. And then next thing I know, boom, Big Keen is on the show now. Podcast now. He's on the pod.
Yeah.
And I remember calling you, telling you, like, yo, that's the move. And it's no disrespect to the other person, but I felt like y'all 3 chemistry was really good too.
Yeah.
You know, but what you brought Big King to the podcast was another intellectual, but like you asked me earlier about why I like Drake or something like that, right? And I was telling pretty much just well-rounded. That's what you are. You're a well-rounded podcaster. I think Slim can bring any topic and you can talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's nothing off limits. It may be stuff that you may not be as great knowledge-wise, but definitely, because of how you can speak.
Well, we found out today we not good at sex topics. We horrible at sex topics.
Well, you probably need a woman in there. That's how it was.
Honestly,
I said we needed cooks.
Or cooks. But at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. When I'm on a pod, bro, I try to be the balance. I try to be. It's the same thing in real life, bro. Like when I was managing, you know what I'm saying? it was the same thing with that. I'm doing whatever I can to make the team work cohesively. So that's my role.
So we talked last time about the A mic, B mic, C mic thing, right? And I want to kind of bring that back. So like, it should be a known fact that Slim, regardless of who's on, he's the A mic.
Yeah, that should be understood.
It's sit down with Slim, and you are Slim, right? Correct.
Yeah, correct.
Not now, but that's your name.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But and I asked that because I think that from one thing I seen from that group as a cohesive group is that I think that sometimes people want to be in a position they're not even ready for.
Yeah.
Not saying they can't do it, they're just not ready for it.
Yeah.
You know, like
on God though, like that's real shit.
You just say using management, right? Using management.
Mm-hmm.
How many managers you seen be in management but wasn't ready for management? They wasn't bad.
A lot.
But they weren't ready for management.
A lot. And
they get overwhelmed. They get pissed. But before they get in management, they talking about, they critiquing everything the manager is doing. I would do this. I would do that. I would do that.
And then when they get there and they in the hot seat, they
can't do it.
And 9 times out of 10, they turn just into the dude they was hating on. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that's just how it go, bro. Like, I don't know what it is about people, bro. But like, the only thing I know is like when I enter a situation, I learn from my mistakes. I learn from all that stuff. So
I'm gonna say this because I want to make sure we tackle all of it with the sit down with Slim. So anybody that do go follow y'all, listen to y'all after is up to speed.
Yeah.
I do think Blue is talented. I said it last time. I think he's talented. I think he has stardom in inside him somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I think that I'm not. I don't want to joke because like I don't want to joke. I don't think I'm playing. I'm dead serious. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm saying about him, I do see that in him.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes certain people or a certain aura is needed to bring that out of you. Yeah. And if you can't accept that, then you're not accepting being great at that point. You know, like so people think sometimes they can go somewhere. I'll use some example. I don't care. So he'll start his own podcast, which is fine. I'm always saying do your own thing, but you're not gonna be the Blue that y'all aura creates on your own platform. It's not gonna be that.
Oh, that's 100%.
It's like putting together a big three and then all the big three split up and go to their own team.
That's 100% right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's really. I mean,
you find out you James Harden.
Yeah.
See, imagine that. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's funny. That is funny.
But really though, that's what it is.
And I told this on y'all pod the last time I was on there, and I told him that at the end I was like, you can be great. You just gotta. I feel like he gotta let you lead. Slim, you. And I mentioned the ABC mic because a lot of times. You can see somebody wanting to take over, and that's cool. If that's a theme y'all got going on, that's a theme that's just funny and we just doing it. Cool. Me and Slim crack jokes a lot, so on camera we just joke all the time. You'll never see me say, "Yo, why you said that joke for?" Like it's always I know it's for whatever we doing. Cause I know that's our demeanor. That's how we are. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I think sometimes I seen where Slim was thinking like, hey, we can do this on a pod because it's funny, and I seen times where Blue was not having it, and I'm like, bro, to me it's funny because like I'm just watching, but I'm thinking as a leader,
multiple times,
and I call him every time as a leader, I'm pissed off because here I am trying to make good content, and if everything is like you saying where y'all created that character, I'm like, hey, look, like this is when I say this, you supposed to do this. This is how it's going down. Yeah, you're not supposed to get mad to it. Now I gotta walk over certain topics and things. Cause now you messing punch on me now.
Do you know how mad that used to make me, bro? And to this day still makes me.
So give me that. Can you give me that real quick? Can you give me that? Like what's your how are you looking at a situation where you're in a group chat or whatever, you're talking about stuff, and then something happened on the pod and you can feel the energy changing, but y'all have to continue carrying the show because the camera rolling.
Well, one. I always see myself as like the one that
people together.
Yeah, trying to keep everybody together and keep the peace.
The glue.
But at the end of the day, I do not like that soft shit. I don't like when people are like sensitive about shit. I like to have a open pod where we can just like, bro, we're ourselves. This is how we gonna talk. Cause me in my mind, I don't know what Slim's idea of the pod is. I don't know what Blue's idea of the pod is. But my idea of the pod is this is the common man's pod where I don't care if you're in a barbershop. I don't care if you're at your pop's house at a barbecue. I don't care if you sitting at your house playing spades or playing 2K. This is how y'all talk when nobody's around. And y'all can have these open conversations with your boys. That's how I viewed it. And that's the vision I've always seen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that was to change, then whatever. But like, there's some people that come in there with a pride and a sense of like entitlement to like, oh, I want to be viewed this certain way, when this is not the pod for that. If you want to be viewed that certain way, there's a pod over there you can do that. I'm
not a therapist. You know I'm going to ask this question. I know it's going to sound like a therapy question, but you mentioned something earlier about Slim, so I just wanted to make sure it's clear. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, right, what are you, like, what was your mindset? I never talked to you about it really, right? But what's your mindset when stuff like that happened? Are you looking for Slim to fix it? And is that what you mean when you said like he not doing something? Or is it like, you just like, I need to get out of it. What I sign myself up for?
Well, first and foremost, Slim is not gonna fix nothing.
Well, damn.
He not
Yo,
trying.
I like Big King, right?
Yeah,
Slim's
not gonna
fix.
Mad at him. He right. Yeah, he not gonna try. He at the end of the day, like even if me and him fell out, he gonna be like, dang, like, all right, I said some wild shit, and Big King probably ain't gonna mess with me for a while, but I just gotta chill. He not gonna be like, hey man, will you be my friend again? Type stuff. He's like, it's not gonna be none of that. It's gonna be like, well, hey, Cam, you gonna be my co-host on the pod?
I'm about to say, because you gonna replace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Slim got like not a smidget, but
Cam
like,
was a good one.
Slim got about 2 liters of Joe Button in him. No pause, pause, no homo.
For real.
He got a lot because
that's what I'm saying. He
I
gonna
can
keep
see that.
moving.
I can see him like.
That's the point of life, is to always keep moving forward and keep growing. But at the same time, you got to know how to work with people.
Yeah.
And that's the only skill he has to grow. Is
it harder because y'all all friends?
We're not all friends. I'll clear that
up. I like Big King.
I'm not gonna say we're all friends. We cool. But like,
that's funny.
At the end of the day, it's like it's certain people, like on God, it's certain people that like it's my brothers, bro. I really don't have friends. I got brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, family. So are y'all all family?
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that?
Man, next question. Next question.
No, bro.
But I mean, let me say this then, right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about something in the beginning. In the beginning, just for people that don't know. So when you started the pod, I purposely didn't say names. I wanted to make sure I get to this part. We did it right. Mm-hmm. When you first started Habitual Offenders, it was with a guy named Rello, right? So at some point, I don't know, but what in between the 10 or when you came in, that Slim said, you know what? I'm tired of this. I don't know if it was the black joke, but I know that was my funniest moment in your podcast because Slim said something about his co-host at the time being very black. The guy didn't say nothing about maybe 12 minutes.
Yeah.
He just looked at y'all.
Yeah.
I clearly seen you, Big King, talking a little extra because you kept, you know how you leave space for somebody to speak in, and he like, but yeah, like that was funny because like
you know I gotta do it, bro. I gotta keep it rolling.
Because he wasn't gonna say
the
nothing.
show must go on,
and I'm so pissed.
I ain't gonna lie, we're really good at doing that too.
I know because y'all kept
like
going.
When somebody get mad, we just turn it up a notch.
But I can tell, and yeah, I did because the conversation was so good that I can tell he wanted to intervene. But he was so pissed and proud would not let him like, I'm gonna be quiet for 15 minutes. Let me see what's going on.
Yeah.
And try to see if somebody cares.
He just couldn't do it. So yeah, he just came in. But so
and no offense to Dog with any of my comments. Like none of that.
Yeah, you funny.
It's too late.
No, I'm dead serious.
We were respectful.
What it is.
I think it's respectful. He just it's out.
Yeah.
And I keep saying he's talented. Like he just has to be around a certain aura for that to come about him. Rello. So what was the idea behind that? Even though that was short lived, what was the idea behind it, and what was your mindset when you nabbed him to come on? Was it purposely? Did he just come on and have good chemistry? So I just kept him on. Like, how'd that go? How'd that come about?
All right. I originally started podcasting because of Rello. We took a trip to Texas, had a good trip, stayed up all night talking, and was like, we should start a podcast, just like the post you had shared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I thought y'all conversation was so good that y'all should start a podcast.
Yeah. Gotcha. And honestly, bro, what I really loved about doing podcasts with Rello was that it really was like two open grown ass men having a conversation, and that's all I ever wanted, was just to have an open conversation. Everybody just be themselves. Like, even if somebody, like, I get comments all the time like, oh, you look lame, you look like you don't get no girls. I don't care. Like, that's your opinion. I know what I've been doing my whole life. That's your opinion. Long as, like, at least you know this is who I really am.
Right.
And I'm fine with that. And it's hard to find people like that. But me and Rello, we had that, and you know, we had our little falling out, which wasn't no big deal at all. And I think we seen each other at a bar. We had a conversation, and he was like, "Man, I'll do the pod, man. I really want to get on the pod." And you know, we talk about it. He came into the podcast. I had no intentions of him coming back to the podcast, but he decided he wanted to do the podcast, and you know, I wanted to have him on there. Now, as far as the recent falling out, which I don't even want to call it a falling out, because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I have no idea what happened. Still to this day, I don't know what happened. Like, if he hit me up right now and he wanted to talk about it, I'll talk to him about it.
Call
because I have no idea.
Call him right now.
No,
I'm playing.
I was about to say we not gonna be the Sally Raphael show.
You silly, man. But I asked because the chemistry y'all three had was great to me. Like,
because it was three grown men having open conversations about
I don't
topics.
think
and being,
it was
and being
one
ourselves.
podcast I didn't like when y'all. I think y'all did.
We
It was a few I
on
didn't
the
like, but not didn't like. It just was. It was too many people on there. Like one of three of y'all. So
Because 4 is a lot.
it was just that
Four
fourth
ain't
one.
too
But the
much.
three of y'all was really good. Like you,
Four
Keen,
ain't too
and
much. It's just gotta,
and
everybody
Rello was
gotta
good.
know their place.
Yeah.
You can't have me too many Michael Jacksons on the
But
Jackson
you think,
5.
so think about
that's
this though, like, and then it's like I said, Blue is much love to him. I don't know. He think I'm gonna hate him. I'm not. I don't hate him at all. I think he's phenomenal.
I love Blue, bro.
But when you have somebody who does have ego or have a chip on their shoulder, you know, things they the center of attention, and y'all three have a chemistry, that person coming gonna mess it up, bro. Like, it's just gonna mess it
honestly,
up.
I don't think that of Blue at all. I think Blue just he thinks
You don't think what a
there's-
Blue?
I don't think that he has an ego.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
like thinks that he's Tito Jackson. I don't think he thinks that of himself. I think that he has. Sometimes he comes in there, and bro, I'm just gonna be completely honest and transparent. Everybody goes through
fuck.
things in life. No. I'm not about to say nothing bad,
All right.
but everybody goes through things in life, and some
Like your hat.
people.
Appreciate it.
Some people aren't able to like hide their emotions. Like the phrase "people wear their emotions on their sleeves." Some people comes in there with things that they was dealing with in life, and sometimes they're dealing with something in life with the person that's across from them in the room, and they don't know how to like put that to the side for a greater good. And like I said, I take 100% blame for that.
So and that's why I asked that question.
Which he should. Which he should.
So is that a problem, like working? Because this is when I think of, and I'm not trying to say y'all off this show, of course, but when you think of a show like The Breakfast Club, right? We all got our theories of why they're quote unquote breaking up or whatever it can be, right?
Yeah, what's going on with them?
But we
We'll
don't know
talk
for
about
sure.
that. We'll talk
But
about
I can only me and you will go back to the Charlemagne and Gucci Mane interview. You know what I'm saying? Where some things were said and people felt like he didn't defend her, and then there was multiple occasions throughout the years where people came on there kind of like coming at her a little bit, and you know, anybody might have stopped it, you know. But regardless of that, what I'm saying is people that feel like you have more than a work relationship. So it's more than just coming doing a pod. We actually talking outside of this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you take me places, I'm taking you places, we chilling, we're friends, you know, whatever. Does that become a problem then? Like, is that something you see as a problem? Like doing,
Well,
and I asked that, being you joked a lot about the Joe Budden podcast breaking up and them being, but you see it on camera before it happens sometimes.
well, that the one I don't know. Can I speak my piece on
Go
this?
ahead.
Well, that's more of the problem that Rello had, which was we wasn't like tight. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere. Say it again.
No, that's
You
the
and
problem.
Rello?
No, I'm talking about that's the problem Rello had, is that like he felt like well, I'm just speaking from my perspective. I don't know what the fuck he felt like, but I feel like he felt like we were supposed to be closer, and we were supposed to be like, if we gonna be brothers, we gonna be brothers. But like,
Got you.
at the end of the day, like, I'm a grown man with kids and a family. Like, I don't be on that type like let's make friends type stuff. Like, when I come in there, I come in there to work. I come in there to give a good product for the people, whatever. I'm in there helping my brother. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like his big problem was like he felt like it was fake, and he felt like we was fake. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like at the end of the day, that's his opinion. But I mean, I'm be honest. I don't have beef with nobody.
But
I'm a nice dude, bro.
I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But is it safe to say he might have been dealing with stuff outside of that?
That's what I think. I think most of his
more than inside. Like more,
Yeah,
could
I
have been
think-
more so not y'all, but more so
Yeah.
what he was dealing with outside of.
yeah,
To Slim's point, you bringing it inside the podcast a little bit,
yeah.
more little misdirection type thing, or
'Cause
just
when he even snapped about it, he snapped at me about it, and I ain't never did nothing to him. And that's the crazy thing. It's like I ain't never did nothing to nobody.
all right.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
I have done things to Blue.
I was gonna say after Rello, yeah. Now it's back to you, Blue.
Nah,
and-
we gonna just lay it out there. I'm just saying what it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like,
Oh, I still don't know what's going on.
No, I'm saying that's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I 100% understand.
me,
what
I'm
you're saying.
just saying what I think.
But I'm saying after that,
This
then,
ain't got nothing to do with him.
then Blue comes back, right? He still joins the show, but now it's just y'all two.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you talking about as far as Blue?
I'm talking just to sit down with Slim as like that was. I'm going in order. So he came, he went. Okay, cool. Blue comes back on. Y'all do a few episodes, and now it's just y'all two again.
So here's what's going on with Blue, and like I said, nah, I ain't even gonna cap. I know what's going on with Blue. All right, and Big King, let me talk on this one because Big King gonna have a whole nother side from his perspective.
Might-
But this
he
is
gonna have the
exactly what's going on.
Oh.
This is what's going on. We were chilling. We get a text. So in January, this is some inside scoop. This is hilarious too. In January,
Love
Blue's-
podcast.
No, it was December. Was it December? It was either late November or early December, and my dog sends us a text in the group chat and goes, "Hey fellas, I'm going through some stuff mentally and personally. I need to take a break from the pod, so I'm not doing the pod no more until January." It was like January 21st or January something, and he was like, "Lucky number such and such," and we was like,
He'd be on the astrology.
okay, yeah, it was some astrology type shit.
Blue?
Yeah, we was like, okay. And you know, I let that ride. I was just like, bro, whatever, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, I'm not at Joe Budden level. You know what I'm saying? I need people more than they need me. And like, don't get it wrong. I could stand in front of a camera and talk by myself, but like, who wants to see that every week? I want to have conversation with people, bounce ideas off of people, and really have engaging content. And so that happened. Then most recently, he sent us a text and was like, "Hey, bro, I need to organize my time better, so I'm only doing the pod every other week." And he just ain't been on the pod since then. He texted today and asked when we doing the pod because he said he was busy all Saturday. Can we do it Sunday? And I told him I'm going out of town. And he said, "So when can we do it?" And I was like, "Don't worry about the pod." And he said, "You kicking me off?" And I said, "No. Blue is not kicked off the pod. He didn't quit the pod. It's just Blue will get on the pod when he feels like it."
So why he not here today when we doing the podcast for Down with Slim?
I can't answer that question. I don't know what Blue's doing.
Did y'all invite him?
What? To the pod?
That's a no, right?
No.
All right. Well,
But bro, like, let's be honest, man. You understand this podcasting thing, and this just be me being honest. I hope you don't get offended by nothing we said this whole pod. This is just honesty. Like, bruh, this podcast thing it has always been my dream. You know what I'm saying? Since I started it, not always. Since I started it, it's probably not Big King's dream, but Big King is willing to help me out with this thing, right? So, for us to be good at this and continuously put out a good product, we have to continuously do it and build that chemistry and keep that chemistry and keep things going, right? It can't just be like, no, oh, I'm taking a break. It's like, no, bruh, this is a lot of people's problem in this world. They expect to get 100% of things out of something they put 0% in. Like, I'll spill something else. Blue came up to me one time last year and told me that he was on 85% of the episodes and he wants at least, I think he said some crazy number like 35 or 45% ownership of the pod. I said, bro, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm still growing this. You can, bro, do you know what 35% of zero is? Do you know?
Hey,
And
Dale.
he was serious. Bro,
Dale,
he
you
was
gotta-
serious. Bro, he said his homeboy texted him and said, I ain't gonna lie, because I guess it was a clip or something that I put out. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't look at Instagram views. So maybe I put a clip out that gets a couple thousand views. I don't know. I don't look at it. I don't really care about no Instagram views. I only check my YouTube views like every other week. So like I can have something that go crazy on YouTube, but I don't know till next week.
But don't you got somebody to check your views for you?
My nigga Cooks does check my views. He does. But nah, so his homeboy told him like, hey bro, I ain't gonna lie, that clip y'all put out went crazy and like y'all got something good going on. Do you own that? And he was like, yeah, you know, it's me and my dog. his homeboy was like, I don't know, bro. You might need to get something right because it's gonna go crazy and you're gonna be left with nothing. And he told us before. Oh nah, the conversation got Big Keen in it, and he told us that the show was just called Sit Downs with Slim, and we should call it Boats and Hoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember something like that. Yeah, that's. I don't have nothing to say. I'm not criticizing that.
That was
man
me
ever.
answering the question. That was it.
Because I asking these questions because like.
But Blue is still on the pod though.
So Sit Down Slim is the crew is Slim, Big King, Blue, ABC, Mike's.
Here's the thing. Sit Down with Slim is Slim's platform. That is his show, right?
Okay.
Me, this my brother. We grew up together. So I'm going to do whatever I can to be here.
But you're a co-host.
I'm a co-host. I might be even C Mike. I might be D Mike. I don't give a shit. But at the end of the day, I'm here to help. And also, I'm interning, bro. Because one day, what if I want to start my own? Which I do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, here we go.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like at the end of the day,
I knew I seen a little bit they roughing.
Damn, I ain't know the band was breaking up.
I seen a little bit.
It's not even that. It's not even that.
I'm
I'ma still be here to always. You know what I'm saying?
bro. Blue started his own podcast, and I was 100% there with him.
Yeah, but
100%.
At the end of the day, I feel like people don't understand whose platform it is originally, and I'm not on no sidekick shit. It's just like you got to understand whose platform you're on originally, and you got to know your role. And a lot of people don't know that shit. Like, I have no problem. Being Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen was good.
It's crazy that reference came back up.
No, we not.
I have no problem.
We laughing because of something he said earlier.
Yeah, I know.
He said that thing.
Yeah.
But he the same type. He the same type person.
Nah, he had a problem with it.
Yeah.
He had a problem.
Nah, that was just different though.
The funniest thing I ever learned from one of my coaches is you have to learn how to follow before you lead. You got to learn how to.
Oh, that's real.
You learn to lead from a good leader.
Right. You're right.
I definitely live.
You know
by
what I'm
that.
saying?
You're right.
So it's like
in the
I
Michael
don't
Jordan
mind
Scottie Pippen reference, as far as like me and Rello, it was just like his homeboy saying that was just kind of wild because we started something together and I thought we was just 50-50. I didn't know I was Scottie Pippen.
We joking, laughing. I know we joking, laughing, but in the grand scheme of things, pretty much what it wasn't that he said it. It was just how he said it and how he was insinuating when he said it. As if like,
people
hey,
like
you know
to
you
take
can't do
little
what he doing.
jabs at
Type
I'm
stuff.
gonna be honest with you though. I should have shut the hell up when he said that, and I shouldn't have let like my ego get in place. But you know how we are as men. Sometimes we sit in the room, we talking shit, and sometimes somebody just throw a little jab at you. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I rarely lose my composure when that happens. But that was one of the times that I did, and I fucked up, and I just said some crazy shit that didn't even matter to me. It wasn't even no big deal to me what I said.
So let me ask you. So what would you say? I know we talk about it, politics, all this stuff. If somebody asked you what would Sit Down with Slim, I'll let you go first. What would you say it is and what y'all talk about? Like, how would you describe the podcast? If somebody listening, say you just at work or wherever you at, not work, but just wherever you at, somebody say, "Oh, you do podcast?
Yeah.
What's your podcast about? What you do? Like, how would you describe it?"
I would describe our podcast as the podcast. It's like putting a mic up to you and your barber while y'all sitting in the chair. Like that's the pod. It's like it's ears to the ground. It's ears to what's going on. Like it's ears to what real people think. And the thing about the pod is each one of us comes from a different background. You know, you got people out here trying to be entrepreneurs. You got people in the corporate world, and you got people out here, you know, teaching. You got people out here doing all kinds of different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Blue collar people, and you get to hear each perspective, and you get to see how those perspectives, you know, make art. That's what it is.
Yo,
you know
Big King is amazing, bro. That's the best answer I heard today.
For real, like it is.
Oh, that was my answer.
Mad pressure, right?
Nah, that was my answer from last time. He just repeated it.
Nah, he said it way better than you.
He say everything better than me, don't he? Hey.
But I think he just real. Like, the way he put the words together is.
Oh no. He just broke it down to a T for real.
Definitely.
He broke it down to a T.
So okay, if y'all don't mind, so let's say what's the topic? I want somebody to get a feel, sit down with them without the cursing, of course. What's the topic y'all like what's something y'all want to talk about? I'm trying to think. How you feel about customer service right now after COVID, post COVID, customer service in today's society, today's world?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Customer service goes both ways, right? So like.
Oh shit!
Nah, it goes both ways.
He came in all wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah,
it's called customer service, my boy.
Listen, it goes
what you
both
talking
ways.
about?
Though.
It goes both ways.
The customer is not always right.
Huh?
The customer is not always right.
Bro.
I don't know where this saying came from, but like the customer's
that's
not
that
always
pride.
right,
That's that
bro.
pride. You see it?
I'm just
see
being
it.
That's
honest
that
with
pride.
you.
I see
And then on top of that, bro, some people is just way too entitled. Like, bro, I got a homeboy, and I know he gonna listen to this and he gonna be mad I'm saying this. Bro, I was on the phone with him, bro, a couple weeks ago, and he went into Zaxby's.
About to
And
say you a
he-
liar.
And he snapped on them folks. He said, I'm tired of these little kids in this store. He was cussing, but I'm not cussing today. I'm tired of
Appreciate
these
you.
little kids in this store. He was like, I want my food cooked fresh. I don't care how long I gotta wait. And they made him wait like 30-something minutes.
Hey, good for them.
And
Time
he
it up.
went up-
Hold on, time it up. Good for them.
Listen,
man.
bro,
Good
he went
job,
up to
good
the
job.
he went up to the counter and snapped on him again. They was like, I told you was gonna have to wait. And he was like, no, y'all playing with me. And I told him, I said, hey, bro, you and Zaxby's acting like that, bro. Like, it's not a big bro. So basically what I'm saying is
But he
I
was
don't
hungry.
I don't understand why people go to Popeyes and McDonald's expecting Chick-fil-A service. Go to Chick-fil-A, bro.
The food ain't the same, bro.
I know.
Slim, but everybody can't have that mentality, bro.
I agree.
See, the thing
I agree.
is, one thing I gotta get Slim to learn before he get up out of here. Before he kicked the bucket.
Before, what?
It's just he got to
Before
teach
he
the
get up
world.
outta here.
He got to teach the world before he get up out of here. He kicked the bucket that they can't think like him. Because if
say
everybody
this
thought
all the time,
if everybody thought like Slim, you know what kind of world this would be, bro.
I mean, he's right, but still at the same time, I just want people to have humility, bro. Like, bro, why are you going to these places getting into, bro, we had somebody go to jail at Popeyes. I would never go to Popeyes arguing with them ladies.
Oh,
they
that
mad.
was-
It's
that-
hot in there.
Yeah, that was in y'all side of town.
Yeah, bro, it's hot in there. Of course they angry and got attitudes.
But-
And guess what? I'm having a great day. I don't care about your attitude. Give me my chicken.
But okay, so let me throw something in there, right? So customer service, you said you on the customer not on the right side, right? And you on the customer.
I'm on the
The
customer.
customer's always wrong side.
yeah,
That's the side he on.
Yeah, I was about to say 'cause it was kind of weird how his story was.
Oh,
but-
okay, and see, but that's how our pod works. I just said that just to throw a little alley wrench in there. Like, as far as customer service for real though, like, people should have good customer service, but nowadays everybody's a business owner.
Well, I like what you said in the beginning when you was like it goes both ways, right? Because
Yeah.
I work in customer service since before COVID and after COVID, right? Post, prior, all that stuff, and it's a big change in a lot of stuff now. So I'm gonna just use internet orders for example. I'm gonna use that just for whatever. 'Cause everybody got apps and stuff now, right? So
Yeah.
these things were in place before COVID happened. A lot of these things were in place before COVID happened. It just wasn't getting utilized because we all was dirty, I guess. We ain't mind touching the door and going inside and parking and stuff, right? But now it's not like that, right? So you have a rapid these internet orders on an app orders at a rapid pace.
Yeah.
But people are still expecting tip top
Instant.
service
Yeah.
when in customer service is no more even tip top workers like that. I interview like on a daily basis. If I tell you the answer some of these people give you, honestly, somebody just
I've been
tell me
hearing
their
that lately
name.
too, bro.
If somebody tell me their name and they say and they just seem like they're a pleasant person, I hire them. That's how bad it is. I swear, it's not about the answers
Yeah.
at this point. I promise you, because they all bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I had asked a guy one time.
I've been hearing that
I
too.
kid you not. I said, "Hey, name a time you went above and beyond for a customer." The man told me, "Hey, yeah, when I went to McDonald's, I used to stuff burgers in the bag and give it to the customers for free."
Yeah, I be stealing.
I'm like,
I
bro,
be stealing.
Hey, that.
it's a no for me, bro.
Hey,
Like,
bruh.
I don't understand that.
I
Oh,
ain't
he the
gonna lie.
goat. You should have hired
Yeah.
him.
Nah,
He the
somebody
goat.
did, but it wasn't us.
Where he working at now?
He working at Taco Bell at the time, so
Oh man.
hopefully he's still there. I don't know, but if he can breathe away for free, I highly doubt it. But my point is
He can
that
those away for free.
no, yeah, I'm like, why would you say that? You know what I'm saying? He was
But he really like
He was
feeding,
twisting
like,
his
he might
hair.
be feeding the misfortune.
He was twisting his hair, and he also came in with basketball shorts on. So when I say customer service, I think about just the service tip, right?
Yeah.
But in order to have or give good customer service, you got to have good candidates first. It ain't like when we came up. Whereas if you worked at McDonald's, but you went to interview, people still, believe it or not, I don't know how y'all, I never worked there, so I don't know, but people would still dress up to go to interview McDonald's. I don't know if y'all ever did, but you didn't just come there with basketball shorts on, and it's McDonald's, mind you. Why would you come to a Fortune 500 company
We're losing all that though.
with
We're
basketball
losing.
shorts? So when I say like, customer service, you think about we getting about out of 20 people that might come in that day, about 12 of them are like that, flip flops, jellies, And we got the point we can't even just say no because the company be pushing so much on you to like, hey, you got 5 cashier positions open. Why? Because nobody coming there worth a damn.
Yeah.
And then it's pressure on you to just hire somebody. So now you hire the next 5 people to come in. All right, cool. What do you think y'all gonna get when y'all come in there?
Yeah, terrible.
Y'all getting the same thing we got.
Yeah.
Basketball shorts and jellies. So when I asked about the customer service tip, I was in CVS earlier today. And I noticed that the pharmacy line been super long. So I'm like, let me go inside. I go inside and it slammed in there. It's just the pharmacy. They just picking up prescriptions.
Yeah.
I'm like, and it was hard. Like you go to the thing, you ask me your birthday, you get it. And a guy, like everybody slam on the phone. They doing this. Like it's so much being done. It's like you want to get mad, right? I want to be upset. I'm like, well, I'm in here for 25 minutes for. But can I really get mad?
Nah, and that's all I was saying. The customer gotta have patience, but you're right. The workers also gotta have something about them, bro. But you're right. Nowadays, a lot of people, bro, the job market's so crazy right now. It's like you ain't really got to do much.
It's so bad that
it all reverts back to the culture, bro.
Oh yeah, the culture bad.
Ain't no culture right now. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What that is the culture right now.
America doesn't have like we might think back to the days like, dang, you know what I'm saying? We was riding in the back of the bus, blah blah blah, all kinds of stuff like that. America had a culture though. Everybody had a way.
Chill out.
America had a culture though. No, I'm dead serious.
I got you. That's why
you didn't need Rosa Parks riding in the back of the bus.
No, it was a bad time for us. It was a bad time for us. But
right.
I'm saying there were no now we have no American values.
No, Big King, hold on. Time out.
Man, trying to mess me up.
I'm not liking that.
Let me get my take off.
Time out.
Let me get my take off. I'm saying times have changed. I'm not saying like, oh, let's go back to where we was riding on the back of the bus.
Nah,
I'm not saying
the
that.
time period.
I'm saying like now kids don't have no respect.
2008, like bro, you had to go to the 60s.
No, even I mean things have changed, bro. Things have changed.
98,
like
88.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Even then, we didn't really have we needed. America needs a culture, bro. America needs a family. America needs something. If you look
I
at,
agree.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at like all these other countries like China, Russia, they kind of have like a familiar backbone. You know what I'm saying?
And bro, this is what's funny about him talking about this. He always be on my ass about being a rebellious person, but I'm not like them people you talking about. Yeah. Like, man, I promise you, if you told me to come interview for a cashier position at where you work, I don't care if you was paying $8 an hour. I'm not coming there dressed like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put some khakis on, and I'm gonna put me a little polo on, and I might put some little loafers in my closet or something.
Can I tell y'all something real quick? Like, let me tell you how bad it is. And I'm thinking from the customer service side, just so people can get an idea of how y'all converse when y'all conversing on certain topics. That's why we just talking about it. I wanted to make sure that part was done, that they can get a sample of what they expect in the pod. And it's so bad that the last person I interviewed that would be considered like how we were when we came up, going dressed up and all that stuff, we had to make my manager.
Because seriously,
we were so shocked that still existed. Horrible manager, but you see my point, right?
Best candidate.
He dressed up. He came in. He had a resume. He answered questions well. Yeah. It wasn't no riff-raff. He just not good manager. That's all. But other than that, like everything else was checked out. But the thing is, he didn't come for a manager position. He came for something totally different. He was like, hey.
When I hear stuff like this, it makes me want to get back in the work field. Like
it's terrible.
You
bro.
could just be like a borderline employee and be great in the workforce right now.
And that's the culture right now, Big King. So like when you ask my customer service, we go in that time, we hitting the frontline associates, and the frontline associates always the new one. They making less money, all that stuff. They tired, they mad for whatever reason. They just mad about anything nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't even get people to get the damn AirPods at the time. I'm like, yo, take your AirPod out. Well, for me, I can, but my counterparts can't. Cause I don't. Slim tell you, I don't mess around. He been on the phone with me plenty of time when I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
I don't play. But it's like it's just different. Like I remember we had just headphones. It's something we couldn't do. Don't take your phone out. Don't sag your pants. Put your belt on. Little stuff like that we did. You can't even stop that now. That's the norm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why I hated working fast food jobs when I was young, bro. Because I hate dead time.
No, people twist their interviews in the dreads. I mean, they dreads in the interview.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When answering questions, I'm like, yeah, this is not it, bro.
You don't
not
know
it.
where you at. But you know that is a nervous twitch though.
That's fine.
I ain't gonna lie, I do it a lot. It's just
Yeah,
when
it's
you
a
have hair
nervous
on
twitch.
your
Let me
head,
see.
I think.
Can we see your hair? Oh no.
I can't
Gotcha.
do it
It's
right
no
now.
big deal. No big deal.
It's a little ratchet.
Now I thought I just got done. It looked pretty good when you did this a few times, but I wasn't sure.
Nah, it's kind of ratchet right now. I gotta get it retwisted.
Okay. It can't look no worse than Slim's. He didn't care.
Nah, it's a little longer than
Oh,
mine.
I don't
This is
never
longer than
care.
mine.
Bro, I told you I'm just different, bro.
Nah, you
Like,
said you was fine.
I was joking. I'm just different.
You say you was the
dog.
fine nigga.
I did, but I was joking, bro. That was
Nah,
kind of
but
like a
Maine-
defense mechanism.
Maine, American and lost his heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's then lost his
He's spitting
heartbeat.
on that.
Yeah.
It
Like,
really
real.
it really has, bro.
Cause like, dog, there was a time where my like parents growing up, bro. Like, if you was doing something bad, they parents would get on your ass. You know,
Bro,
that was like real. Like that was time. Like we was a community. Like
Right.
you
Village.
knew if you went down the street and you did something stupid, somebody auntie was gonna spank your butt and tell you go back to your parents' house, and she was gonna tell your parents you get a spanking when you got home too.
That's what they be saying.
Yeah, and it's like nowadays it's like no, we don't have that. We got kids living in their parents' house till they 30. You know what I'm saying? 40.
Pop, I say more than that.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to one of Blues football games, and there was some little kids in there, and they was just cussing up the storm, acting crazy, fighting each other. They literally was doing everything you can think of instead of going to talk to girls, and there was girls in there.
What age group is this?
Bro, this was middle school.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, bro. And I was like, and then at the end of the football game, the girls was all making TikToks. They weren't worried about no boys neither. They was making TikTok videos, and the boys was still slap boxing. I was like, boy, times is different.
I ain't mad at that though. But yeah.
Nah, I'm mad at that.
Why? Why are you mad at that?
Because, bro, like,
You think they supposed to be goddamn hooking up?
bro, I
know,
hate,
right?
like, bro.
Supposed to go get
Most of
sneak
the
over and get
time-
finger somewhere or something?
Nah, bro, most of the time, like, kids, like, it be like, bro, you need some kind of structure, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, go to school, have some sense. Why you at a football game slap boxing and cussing in front of all these adults?
Showing off for the girls. You remember that when we was
They
younger?
wasn't
That one
showing
person
off
that
for the
wanted to
girls,
slap box?
bro. I'm telling you, they was by themselves with the boys.
They probably in
Playing.
sixth grade. They probably still new to it, you know?
Nah, one boy was my size.
Probably lame. He probably a cornball.
I doubt it.
The cornballs always hungry. The
big giant
little
cornball.
kids, yeah.
Nah.
Oh, before we go, I guess since we're talking about that, like you talking about the coaching and all that stuff. What's your take, if you have any? I don't know. What's your take on the recent posts, the temperature of the violence in the city, with it being with so much young kids, I guess, being involved. I don't know if you know anything about it, but can you follow up on it? I think this weekend we had a shooting at the Laney Thompson game.
Oh, I
high
heard
school.
about that.
High school kids was involved. Then there was a shooting the next day at the Josie homecoming. High schoolers again, and then Monday it was a double murder. High schoolers again. Before that, like some kids got killed. High schoolers again. A lot of the bust they've been doing. High school kids. Richard Roundtree did a live yesterday, and I think he didn't go in specific, but it had some kind of operation something. They got a lot of guns and seized a lot of things. They did mention a coach house getting raided, and they finding a lot of stuff and him hiding kids there. I don't know how that worked out, but what's your thoughts on that, if any?
Bro, honestly, this ain't nothing new. Especially for Augusta, bro. If you backtrack to when we was younger, and I was just telling Big King this, bro, we used to go to First Friday, and it was a fight every 5 minutes. We had teen clubs. It literally was a shooting or a fight every night at a teen club. We had like 7 of them. It was a shooting or a fight. So everybody going crazy, like, Tom's is just so crazy, bro. This been going on. But especially this time of year because school just started. But I think what the biggest issue is I think Quad made a post about it, and he was 100% right. It comes from parenting, bro. Most of the time, especially nowadays, kids ain't got nothing to do nowadays. Like, we thought we ain't had nothing to do when we was young. They ain't got nothing to do, bro. So on top of having a household where the average income is like 19, 18 grand, you ain't got nothing to do. And then school just started back up, and you beefing with somebody for no reason. So now you bringing guns to school, and you shooting at football games, and you know this is a country town, so it's a lot of adults that want to attend these football games.
Yeah.
And that's the results.
What about you? You think it's a parenting problem too? A parenting issue?
Yeah, along with just what we putting out in the universe. What you put out in the universe, you're gonna get back. I mean, I feel like
NBA young boys on their ass.
So you know what? I see people saying different takes of like, don't blame music, blame music. Don't blame parenting.
Oh, you are what you
blame
consume.
parenting.
You blame media in general. It's not just music. It's the media. It's
But you know what? I say I don't think it's one answer.
Yeah,
like,
no.
I don't get me wrong.
This is basically thinking out loud.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't feel like y'all wrong, but I might not feel that way. But I also feel like I'm not shaming or I'm not saying somebody's wrong for feeling that way, because for some of them it is the parents. But then I'm looking at. I'll just use as an example.
Yeah.
Slim, like you know, I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I'm not, no, by no means or like that. But I know you had your, I know you had a little, things. But did you say your mom was a bad parent?
Nah.
Yeah, you saying, but you did what you wanted to do. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a very rebellious
for some of them,
person, though.
and some kids are like that. They just like, some kids got everything they want, but they still can go outside and want to get a gun. They want to be cool.
But imagine
peer pressure's still a thing.
Imagine, man, growing up. Well, you don't even gotta imagine. All of us can think about it. All right, so parents, all right, mom might be working 2 jobs, dad not there type shit. But think about who steps into that father role. It's the media you see. It's your biggest idols. It's your rappers. It's your actors. It's your celebrities. Those people take that role without wanting to. They could say, oh, I'm not no role model, but you are. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask y'all, what song made y'all want to go shoot somebody at a football game?
Every Lil Durk song.
Oh, okay. Lil Durk don't do that for me. And I like Lil Durk.
But we're 30.
Oh, yeah, you right.
Yeah.
I'm not a kid because Lil Webby did make me, feel some type of way.
Bro, I swear every time Knuck If You Buck or Set It Off came on when we was in the club, when we was younger, it was a fight every time.
Yeah.
Music is definitely a feeling, so it definitely puts you in the mood. Because that's even I'm not. Let's take gangster stuff out of it. You talking about sexual, all that stuff. You put on certain music for certain things. It's just a mood. It's a mood changer.
Exactly.
So. When people talk about sliding, quote unquote sliding, or spinning the block, whatever, I'm pretty sure that they don't listen to the Osbournes. You know what I'm saying? They listen to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
They probably turn on whatever. I'm not gonna say no name. I'm not gonna throw nobody out there and say it's their fault. But I'll say that I'm not gonna necessarily blame like drill music, but the culture of it is definitely something to look into, because
I ain't gonna lie, we're old enough to be able to handle drill music. That's why when I hear old people talk about drill music, they don't know what they're talking about. Because at the end of the day, it's like us listening to, like I said, Knuck If You Buck back then. But that was a different culture.
But I'm pretty sure every time it came on, y'all ain't go swing on nobody.
No, I swear to God, it was a fight.
Nah, I would have never tried to shoot nobody at no football game.
Nah.
Like, no matter how immature, stupid, rebellious, wild I was, I would never go pick up my gun and go to the football game. And I don't care what I got into it with them at school about. I don't care what we got into it about. All them people around.
Yeah. Well, I had this first 10-minute talk with the last episode I had with J. Paul, and I was like, you look behind you, you got all the mob guys, Sopranos, all that stuff, Ray Liotta, Goodfellas, Scarface, all that, and
they do not believe in touching kids.
That's a thing. That's like a no-no, because you do it, it's repercussions for that. Regardless, that's not gangster to them. That's not it's not tough. That's not. Yeah. You get no stripes with that. You know what I'm saying? And you think about a game where kids and women are at. It's just kind of disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Gang culture is a little different nowadays. Gang
That's
culture
wild.
is like no holds barred.
I can't took out all the OGs.
Yeah, I can't respect any culture that don't have morals and values. Like I respect the drug game, all that stuff, because I know some things. Okay, don't tell nobody. I get it, because we all in this. So if you get caught, that's on you. Cool. It's certain morals and rules they got that I believe in, because I know that they govern themselves a little differently than your regular citizen that pays taxes does. You know what I'm saying? However, I do want them to also be aware of the people that pay taxes. Like, they're not in it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you see them around, let's like leave them out of it. You know? So now, if somebody get hit up that's in that life, I'm not saying I'm happy about it, but I ain't really tripping, because they in their life. They, it's like that's what they signed up for, I guess. But when you hear about like earlier this year, a little girl got killed in South Side. Yeah, South Side.
The horse situation?
I think her name was Aubrey or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, wow, bro. Like,
That's real sad too. Old boy, the white boy that's a blood. He had a viral video about it on YouTube, and he was talking about it.
Oh, the one from Adam's page.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
The white boy that's a blood. Yeah, that's a sad situation.
Jake's one that.
Yup.
Yeah.
Jake, whatever numbers it is.
I don't know it.
Yeah, but you know, stuff like that it's unfortunate. I wouldn't just blame black music and culture and all that. Like on our podcast,
I'm not.
One of our hosts did. He blamed Lil Baby because one of Lil Baby's artists accidentally shot a child in in some projects they was doing a drive-by, and he blamed Lil Baby.
But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
wild.
afraid. I'm not the type of person that's afraid to say that there's aspects of our culture that is toxic. Like, we have to understand that. If we can't understand that, but the thing is like certain agendas are pushed to make us feel like victims all the time, and not to feel like the perpetrator of what we're doing to our own selves. It's like sometimes, bro, you got diseases that kill you. This stuff called autoimmune diseases, bro. Like, this stuff out here that your own body will kill itself. And that's sometimes I feel like that's what we got going on to ourselves. Is like, bro, we will do things to destroy ourselves. And
I don't want to blame rap music though.
I'm not gonna blame rap music, but that's a part of it. You can't say it's not.
Well,
It probably can change your way of thinking.
So can I
Bro,
say? I would say
It's different with
consuming it is probably some of it, but I can't blame an artist that's not in their life no more, but speaking on a life they was in at one point and now making money from speaking off his life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna blame him for that.
I can't blame him.
That's positivity, technically speaking.
I can't blame him solely for it.
You still blaming him? Like,
I
nah,
can't blame
you don't
him
get his work.
solely. I can't blame him solely for it, but I can blame him for the people that he influences to go out there and do that type stuff. You can't not, because at the end of the day, it's just like, what is it? Like, we might talk about this all the time, but it's like, bro, you don't hear these types of things, and like, you don't really hear this a lot in other cultures, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like
I
at
don't
a
know
certain
why people be
point-
shooting up schools, bro.
I know that, but it's not like they're going out there making songs about it. And you know what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying?
even know honestly if they did because I haven't tapped into that
Big
culture
King
at all.
listen to it, so I know he'll.
Oh,
know.
okay.
Yeah, it's like you don't hear country songs about I'm gonna do a mass shooting. Like, you ain't gonna hear that.
Sounded very fluent.
Honestly, that
don't
sounds
hear
like
that.
something Blue would say.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Blue calls every shooting a mass shooting. And it'd be crazy because he'd be right. But it's just like using the term mass shooting is just crazy.
It just be the amount of aggression he used with it. It's like, bro, it's only 7
but,
people.
But you really
And
be
I
sitting
know-
back like, that is a mass shooting, ain't it?
Technically speaking, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of like generational.
We call them
curses.
shootouts in our neighborhoods, but yeah.
But it's a mass shooting.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of generational curses that keep us in these types of positions and have
Correct.
put us in these type of positions. But at some point, I would want somebody out there to like really just feel like they can make it out of that and they don't need that. It's okay to listen to your music and listen to what everybody going through and hear their side of what's going on in the world. But like at a certain point, you got to realize what's good for you and what's not good for you, and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know what they'll
Because
do.
I ain't gonna lie, I love it, but I'm 30. You
I
know
think
what I'm saying?
one of the best points that was made just now was Slim. You said it's the beginning of school year, and I ain't even think about it because we've been out of school so long. Most of the fights that happen beginning, you ain't seen each other all summer.
Yeah.
Everything you said during the summer break, and now they got group chats and stuff now. From what I'm hearing that they be
Yeah.
going crazy, and so when y'all see you gotta stand on my school, play your school, you gotta stand on it. It's like before we just fought, maybe if that, or looked at each other, maybe had a little brawl, something like that. But
And they all got
Now they
phones
holding.
now too.
Now they
So
holding
doing
them.
stupid stuff.
yeah, so
Because back in the day, I was the only. It was me and my homeboy E. We was the only ones that had sidekicks, and like the whole school. Nowadays, everybody got phones.
Slim said he been the man. Fuck y'all talking about?
Oh yeah, I had a sidekick, the D Wade one, the one with the snake skin on the back.
I ain't have it. My bad, bro.
I had
I wouldn't get money like you though.
Yeah, I wasn't that rich.
Slim was getting to the bag.
it. Man, you went outside.
I went out. Hey, I was not outside, bro. I wasn't outside.
I'm joking.
He
I
got
wasn't.
a-
I
he
wasn't
got a
outside
snakes in
either.
his Sky sidekick.
But no, I had a sidekick, yo. I had a sidekick. It got stolen though when I came down here though. I wasn't used to the culture yet. I think I left my gym shorts on the stage and was playing basketball. I came back.
Oh yeah,
Shorts was gone.
My
My
bad.
shorts was there, but that was
Somebody asked me the other day. They was like, "How long Maine been living here?" And I told them, and they said, "Oh, he from Augusta." But that what you just said? Nah, you're not from Augusta. 'Cause
Well-
if you was from Augusta, you would never leave your cell phone in no gym.
Well, I didn't do it after that. But the thing was this, right? So the thing was this. About that was somebody said that I don't mind somebody saying I'm from here because I don't care. Like
Yeah.
I'm 31. I've been both the same amount of time now, 15 years apiece.
Oh, I was
much.
just joking, bro. You
No.
from New York, bro?
No, but it don't bother. I embody both of them.
Yeah.
But with your point, what you're saying, yeah, that, like when I first moved there, I didn't know that. So that's the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened was I had always at the time I had like cash on me. So when I would put my stuff in the locker, I wouldn't lock it. I'm like whatever. And then one day I came back and my stuff went in there like $80. In high school, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, what the fuck? But because of when you I'm trying to say the best words. You know how like it's like honor amongst thieves, I guess, or like I'm not a thief, but honor amongst them, that kind of people. I got it back. You know what I'm saying? Like the next day. So like I was like, okay, cool. Y'all going here at this period. Okay, I know not to leave my stuff ever again. I got you. So I never had it happen. So yeah.
Oh, so it was
I learned
an
very
accident.
quickly.
It was an accident.
I hope so.
They just hit a hallway, and yours just happened to be on the hallway.
They hit the whole locker room.
Yeah.
I got mine's back. Yeah. I don't know how anybody else.
Believe it or not, they did that in Columbia County schools too.
No, I believe it. I can believe it. I know I joke a lot about. I think kids are the same regardless of where you at. You know what I'm saying? I just think now, as far as what you go home to, I don't know, it might be different. I can't speak on Columbia County versus here, but me even being in Pepper at the time, I see a lot of stuff what y'all said, what y'all might go through, as far as like people thinking that it's all peaches and cream because it's Columbia County. Because I thought the same. I'm like, it's a Pepper. I'm walking through the neighborhood. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a beautiful life I got, man. Mm-hmm. I was wrong. They were shooting the fight out there too. They were shooting the fight out there
crazy,
too.
Though? Pepper Ridge, Meadowbrook, Georgetown, them actually okay neighborhoods.
When you look at them, they look beautiful.
Yeah.
But if you really out there, then you have to be out there knowing. I think the same thing with Cumberland County. We joke a lot, but if you have to be out there to really understand, like, hey, no, these dudes I know they live in this.
Bro, we had
nice,
a joke in Columbia County. We used to say, yeah, them boys think they so hard because they messed up their grandparents' neighborhood.
Pretty much. That's what and I think the rougher where you from, they just think that makes you tougher. That don't mean nothing in the day. You know, especially when you're fighting for real. But, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I would love to come home to a nice home. I ain't gonna lie. So when I did come home in Pepper Ridge, it felt good than what I was used to come home to. Like,
me and Big King was talking yesterday though, and I told him like where his parents stay, they stay in like the real suburbs, and I was like, this is just a little too suburb for me.
Yeah, you know how it's too quiet, too many birds chirping. I don't like that. Now.
It gets extreme.
No. I like the birds chirping. It's just like it's too much going on there. Like people walking around with dogs with no leashes, and like everybody smiling, and people outside doing stupid arts and crafts. I'm like,
real secure.
Bro, like, what if I had a bad day today? I don't want to see all y'all happy. Go home. Go in the house.
Hey, everybody should be happy. If you could afford to live here, you should be happy, baby.
I guess so, bro.
That's a tax bracket smile.
Yeah. So, I think that's what it is.
But yeah, man, this was dope. This was definitely better than the first one. I think like 10 times better than the first one. First one was just funny. That's all. But this was.
You should drop a double series, man.
Nah.
But you gotta edit the bad parts out the second.
I don't think you understand how bad that'll be.
You think so?
You gotta drop
this one. You gotta drop this one first.
Yeah, if they watch this one first, then yeah. But if they don't watch this one first, they never get into this one. they want to get past the whole thing last time. So
yeah.
What was that? What you just did? Why you did that?
I shook my head. My hair got caught on my glasses.
I hear you. All right.
He's still stuck on me being fine.
No, I'm not stuck on
y'all
that.
is slow.
I'm really stuck on you. I'm really stuck on you having hair because like Slim doesn't change, man. That's why people can't get nowhere, man. People they get up here to that level.
Bro, last time you did an interview with me, I had a haircut too. That's crazy.
I know you was still a representative young man. You are a little dirt right now, bro.
Because my hair grow fast as hell too.
I feel like you got the blicky on you right now. I know you got the blicky in your pocket. I feel like you do.
Nah, I ain't no gangster. You see, I wear glasses. I ain't no gangster.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
You know,
don't be the
for
killers.
some reason, people think you lame as hell if you wear glasses. So I like using that card.
Nah, glasses don't make you lame, man. It just make you see better.
Thank you.
I like being lame though.
Bro.
Being lame is cool to keep you safe. You ain't got no problems. You get to do your thing and not worry about nothing. I like being lame.
Hey, man. Shout out to PBS kids. All right. Tell me where they can find y'all at. Big King, where they can find you at.
Yeah, I'll be at work and shit. Like,
Gotcha. Yeah, because you don't do social media, right?
Nah, I don't have nothing.
I ain't gonna lie. I would be just like him if I never started this podcast. I would have deleted mine.
Find Slim and then I'll
Well,
be
you
on,
don't have
I'll be on his
180
podcast.
followers, so I probably would have too.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't, bro. I posted stupid stuff on my social media. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
I don't know you for being popular. I don't know you. Not saying you wasn't popular because you were. You've been popular because people know you. Because I know that because you talk to people and they know you in the past.
Bro, but let me tell you the truth, and I'm gonna keep it above with you, bro.
He
Social
might
media is
keep it
still
above.
lame, bro. It's still lame.
Why
Like,
you think that?
Bro, like, people be doing too much on social media. It's like, bro, I know you in real life. You broke, bro. Why you doing all this?
All right, he getting his back. Come on.
Nah, for real. Like, you broke, bro. Why you doing this on social media?
Wrap it up.
For real, like, social media is a
He getting his
weird
back.
place.
He getting his back.
Bro, and social media will make you angry, bro. It'll make you so angry. Like, you have to have a clear head to attack social media when you attack it. That's why I only attack it from an entertainment standpoint. You never, like, if you having a bad day or you going through something, don't get on social media. It'll bring you down. Like, people joking about people dying and stuff like that. That type of energy comes on to you. And that's not me being in my bag. That's the truth.
No, that's facts. That's facts, man. Speaking of social media, tell me they can find you on social media.
I think it's Slim Wildin' again on Instagram. Shots with Slim is my photography. Facebook, it's my real name.
Got you. I ain't gonna say it. For some reason, I watched some and they would joke about your name. I'm like, what's funny about the name? I don't know. It was just funny. I forgot. You didn't look. Slim talking about how he don't get mad, right? I don't think he took that. He didn't take that too kind. He was like, okay, what the fuck is funny about my name being Rodney? I don't. he was like, okay.
Where was that at?
I ain't getting to that, man. We out, man. Morning Masters Podcast. We out. Man, this was dope.